So the thing that I get asked all the time is, how do you find clients that will pay you $200 an hour for your work? Like, how do you find clients that will pay you fairly for your time? And part of what I try to tell people is it's not just about finding really great clients, that's definitely part of it, but it's also in educating clients who come into your orbit what your rate is and what you are paid for your work. It's the same kind of psychology that goes into luxury handbags, for example. Coach didn't go out and find people who would pay a certain price. What it did is it made a product and set the price for it and explained, if you want to own a Coach handbag, this is how much you'll pay. And so the expectation of the customer changed based on what the brand was positioning itself as. And people always kind of associate quality with higher rates. So that's why I found that the clients that I've had at my $200 an hour price point are a lot different than the clients that I've had at my $20 price point. And so there's a few ways you can kind of brand yourselves as a luxury handbag, but as a freelancer. The first thing that you can do is have a very specific niche that you are an expert in. So getting hyper specific on the type of writing that you do and the type of skills that you can offer to companies. The other thing that you can do is, if you find that the jobs that are coming in are a bit slow, if you're not really getting a lot of leads, if you have a downtime period of any sort, use that time to invest in upgrading your website, sourcing better materials, having better onboarding materials, redoing your portfolio, adding more portfolio items on, changing your cover letters to make them more high-end and like to change the language of it, studying psychology so you can learn how to sell your skills better. Honestly, a lot of freelancing is about learning how to market yourself and how to sell yourself as one of those kind of top tier freelancers. I've won out in jobs against people who should have beaten me. Like, I have gotten jobs to write books that I was up against professional reporters and people who had written full books before, back when I was getting started as a memoir ghostwriter and really didn't have very many books to my name. And part of the reason that I won out is because I was able to brand myself as a kind of a creative first. I produced my own podcast, I had written in Hollywood, I had like a really unique background that I really kind of leveraged in coming up as a freelancer. So thinking about what you have in your background, what you kind of are an expert at, and how to continue up-leveling your portfolio items and continuing to figure out ways to brand yourselves as a luxury freelancer so people will pay your rates. So it's more about setting the expectation of what your rates are, proving why you're special, and then from there, incoming clients will know what to expect in terms of how much your rates are, and then can decide whether or not to work with you. I hope that helps, but let me know if there's anything else I can dive deeper into.